Welcome to San Luis Potosí.
So a lot of today is going to be our first impressions of the city because we haven't really got a chance to explore too much of it yet. But right off the bat, we were just mind blown by how nice it is here, because even though it's not that we expected it to not be nice, but it's not very well known or popular. Like, right? We haven't heard much about it.
Yeah, we haven't heard much about it at all. And just walking down in the Centro, it feels so different from all the other cities we've been to. It almost gives me like a Brussels, Belgium vibe or something.
Yeah, feels like Western Europe a bit. It's so insanely walkable. Like, we haven't seen this many pedestrian-only streets that surround the main center in all of Mexico so far. So we are currently walking here on Venustiano Carranza Street here in San Luis Potosí. It's one of the main avenues, and we're just following it right into the city center. For those of you who've been to Merida, it actually reminds us a lot of Paseo del Montejo in Merida because you have the bike lanes, big sidewalks, cafes and restaurants all around, and just sort of the same vibes, even if they are a bit like grittier here. The city has 1.2 million people itself, but it's also super conveniently located because it's right in the middle of what is known as like the triangle of Mexico's three most populated cities: Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. This is right in the center of that triangle. You can easily get to any of Mexico's big population cities from right here. So we kind of wanted to base ourselves here for a while and just relax, enjoy the downtown area, enjoy the city, learn a little bit about it while also getting some work done.
So we're out here exploring the Centro, and of course we have to check out the beautiful church that every city in Mexico has in their center. And we can't tell that this church has two different colored steeples. One's kind of like a orangey color and the other one's like dark gray. We don't know if maybe one of the steeples got replaced or something happened, or if it was made that way, but it's a really unique looking church.
One of the things that surprised me a lot about the city is just how green it is. It's a super green city, and even though this is still central Mexico, it's like north central, we're only 8 hours below the border, roughly 8 hours. So 8 hours below the Texas line, and it's this green. And close by you have giant waterfalls, beautiful, beautiful nature and stuff like that right in the state, this close under the Texas border. And I think it's even that way the further up you go too. It's about a cool 75 degrees today in San Luis Potosí. As you can see, it's a rainy day. And this city is like just over 6,000 feet above sea level. So it's not as high as some of Mexico's other cities, but still pretty high up there. So still nice climate like you can expect at this elevation. So what do you think about San Luis Potosí so far?
Oh, I love San Luis Potosí so far. The Centro is very charming, and there isn't any tourists here at all right now. We're like the only ones.
Yeah.
So it feels like we're experiencing like the life as a local.
Yeah. Quiet, cool, photogenic, nice architecture, nice history. This place is underrated. And there's stairs leading down to underground bathrooms here, right in the Centro. And that's pretty cool. That's something I've seen in cities like Vancouver, British Columbia, and throughout Europe, but I've never seen that in Mexico so far.
So being that it's our first time here in San Luis Potosí, we had to get word on the best restaurants to eat at. So we're on our way to check out Antojitos El Pozole, which is a cool little joint that sells these little snacks and quesadillas de papas. Antojitos directly translates to snacks or little cravings. So they're kind of like appetizers, but the reason it got famous was because in 1980, this woman would make antojitos and sell them out of her home. And the locals loved them so much that she decided to open up a restaurant, and it's still going strong. So we're on our way there right now to try some antojitos.
menus are pretty cool. And then the table has the name of the restaurant here.
All right, so we're checking out the menu right now, and it looks really good. Now, I'm gonna have to try one of the really famous things on the menu, which is the Pozole Rojo, which the tortilla is like red because they mix like chili in with the tortilla, so it comes out red.
So pozole actually originated from the Aztec and other indigenous peoples. Back then it was a special occasion dish, and that's still true. It's typically served on like Christmas time, Mexican Independence Day. And it's actually really cool because the 3 different colors you can get are red, white, or green, which are the 3 colors of the Mexican flag. Most of the time it's usually pork in these, but some people also put chicken in it. I can't really explain the rest of the history while we're eating. I wouldn't want anybody else to hear it and get like offended or mad, but we'll give you the rest of the history when we get outside the restaurant. This is Pozole Rojo, and they have hooked us up here with all this different stuff. Got peppered carrots, onions. Let's try this. Got lentil, chicken, onions, red broth.
Cabbage, right?
Cabbage. It's really tasty. It's honestly probably one of the best stews or soups that I've ever had. It is amazing. You have to try this.
Okay, so now it's my turn to try. Get a big scoop of a lot of stuff in here. This stew is really, really good. It's got a lot of flavor, a lot of ingredients, and it's honestly perfect for this rainy day. Gracias.
Okay.
Quesadillas de papa. I love quesadillas de papa here, especially if you're coming to Mexico and you're a vegetarian or you don't like to eat a lot of meat. The quesadillas de papa are phenomenal. They're one of my favorite snacks to get out on the street.
Okay guys, I cannot believe it took me that long to try pozole in Mexico. That is one of my all-time favorite foods. This restaurant right here serves absolutely amazing one, Antojitos El Pozole. Lauren found this place talking to a local, so I'm really, really happy she talked to that person and we got the hookup.
The pozole was honestly the best type of, I don't really know if it's considered a stew or a soup.
It's actually considered a cross-up between the two.
Okay, so soup stew.
Yeah, stew soup.
So that is honestly my favorite thing I've tried so far in Mexico. The flavors are like so delicious.
That was unbelievable, guys. And honestly, I couldn't tell you the background in there because it's kind of gross. So the legend is that when the Aztec people and the indigenous peoples originally ate it as a celebratory dish, the meat that was used instead of pork back then was human meat from sacrifices. As time passed and cannibalism was no longer accepted, it supposedly was turned to pork. Now other legend says it was their dogs that they would use in the meat, and they only did it as like a celebratory dish, so it was sort of a big deal so they could use human or dog. But they say they used pork because it was the most similar to human meat without actually getting human meat. So yeah, it's not exactly appetizing, but that's all just a legend. But what we can confirm is that it is amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, now I want to try the Blanco and the Verde.
Yeah, and it's so cool that they have all 3 colors of the Mexican flag. They have it available in white, green, and red. So that's just really, really awesome, amazing Mexican dish that originates here in Mexico. And you absolutely have to try pozole when you come here.
Bienvenidos to our humble abode. Little tiny house here in San Luis Potosí.
Yeah.
Has all the essentials.
Legit does have everything you really need. This place is just so unbelievably beautiful, even on a rainy night like this. Just look at this place. Like the fact that this is just 8 hours below the US border, and it's not very well known. It's a city of over 1 million people, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's mind-blowing. I love this city already. It also feels very safe to me.
Yeah, it feels safe, and honestly, it's so spacious. Like, I can't believe how many plazas and just little spots there are to come right in the Centro where you're like so social distancing.
Yeah. Like
wide open spaces, you can just sit down and relax.
Yeah, and you also have all these pedestrian streets.
Okay guys, so to prove to you that I'm not going crazy, this is like the city of plazas. Here is the city map right here. We're at Plaza de Armas, then you have Plaza de Mariachi, Plaza del Carmen, like so many plazas. in the city.
This one right here, Plaza del Carmen, is my favorite. Not only do you have a beautiful church, you have the fountain behind me, lots of open spaces, and it's just surrounded by rooftop restaurants, people playing loud music, and everything like that. But another cool thing we've noticed about San Luis Potosí is there's a lot of railroad history here, and we haven't seen too much of that, especially in southern Mexico. But they actually have an active railroad here, and we saw some train cars that were just set up for like the history of it.
Yeah, it is beautiful cool to hear that train horn come through the town every once in a while.
Yeah, you don't realize the little things you miss, but when you hear that, it's really nice. So yes guys, we're here in Mexico surrounded by all these ice cream joints, and we had the nerve to go to Dairy Queen. So go ahead and we've earned that dislike. Now go ahead and thumbs us down. No, don't do that. No, we came here for a couple reasons because we haven't had it in forever. We saw it and we were like, screw it, we're gonna go. But also because they have some Mexican things at this one, like they have the De La Rose. It's a really delicious candy snack here in Mexico. And they also have like pinguino cakes, which I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but pinguino is like a Mexican version of Little Debbie. They have it at all the stores here. So yeah, we went to Dairy Queen in Mexico. Shame on us. But at least we got a Mexican blizzard. How is it?
So Cess de la Rosa blizzard, right here.
Like I told them, we earned their dislike since we went to Dairy Queen in Mexico.
Oh no.
All right guys, we're gonna enjoy this blizzard, get out of the rain and call it a night. I just hope you enjoyed our little not very eventful video of San Luis Potosí, but just know that this city is awesome. We're super happy we decided to come here, and we highly recommend this city.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't recommend it more. But if you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Yep, cheers guys.